I work a lot with IT infrastructure companies, which nowadays means cloud computing technologies, multi-cloud, all sorts of data in the cloud. And one of the biggest challenges in the last couple of years, especially where I am in Europe, is things like GDPR and the protection of personally identifiable information. How do you deal with that? Because I imagine in this type of data that you're working with, there's loads of that sort of data. How do you use it, make the best use of it, but also or more importantly, how do you actually protect the privacy of the people involved?
That's a great question. I'm glad you asked that question, Lee. We do not collect any personal information from our clients.
Okay.
There is absolutely no social security number, no bank account information, no private information, not even an address.
Okay.
Not even a phone number or an email that we collect from our clients. We can do that because when we started the product, when we started the company, I understood the pain of the banks and any company to give out the data set with the privacy protection. So I created a system that really does not require personal information. We rely on alternative data, that is email, phone, text data. And these data set nobody was using, and still not a lot of people, most people do not use this data set, which is really a treasure trove. So most companies have relied historically on bureau data, but then in bureau data, there are certain gaps that are there, and you're not able to proactively connect with customers because you don't know who's a bad guy until he has busted multiple accounts. So if somebody has really reached that stage, there is hardly much you can do around that. But if you can figure out based on your portfolio data, based on all this interaction data, their behaviors, then there is a lot more that can be done. There's a ways you can engage those consumers, and that's what we do.
Okay.
So it's a compliance thing, but it also helps us to really have a superior product that nobody else is really working on.
Okay. And so basically you're saying your sources are different than traditional, where you say bureau data, like going to Experian or something like this, you're doing
exactly
perhaps sentiment analysis or other kinds of analysis on other types of data. I see. Okay.
So we collect 100% of our data from our clients, but we focus on your portfolio data, the last 90 days, 180 days of payment histories, the contact information of that customer for last 1 year, 180 days. That gives us, and we create profiles after that. So that's where we have more than 400 plus variables that we have created to understand that these relationships. So what I'll give you a simple example is, let's say we work with an auto lender. So we will basically understand a person who drives a red car, never had a payment problem. What is the likelihood that we'll give the payment in the next 10 days? And more importantly, what should I do to get that payment?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's very interesting. So that's really because there's so much data out there now that we're only just now learning to tap. It's like oil that we're just now starting to find, right?
Exactly. So this is this gives us a really rich profile of consumers to work on.
Yeah.
Nobody was really tapping into this data set that we are tapping into. And that is where our product is really powerful. Though we do not take any other third-party data sources, that's absolutely fine.